Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing some mango soap using some fresh mangoes. Here's some of them, right from our tree outside. Never tried a recipe like this before. I'm not sure if it's actually going to oxidize and turn brown, so I'm going to add a little bit of this orange salsa mica to it, just to keep that pretty color. And I've got some fresh mango that I've pureed down that I'm going to add in. And let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. So this is my lye water, and it has all kind of pieces and parts in it right now, so I'm going to make sure to put it through a strainer. But I'm actually going to try adding this mango. I'm not sure. I love doing this to myself. I'm not sure if I'm going to add the mango straight to this. That's usually what I do, is I just add whatever puree or substitute straight to the lye water. This time I think I'm going to try just adding the lye to the oils and then adding the rest of the mango puree. I'm going to be adding the fragrance oil absolutely last, just to make sure that nothing gets too icky. And I have that over here. So, okay. Let's see how that goes. If I can ever get this open. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna try adding just the lye. Let's just get nuts. Let's see. Get my strainer. Right. I'm gonna be doing like an ombre of just different oranges. I'm just going to keep it kind of simple, which every time I say that, like, yeah, I just don't really seem to do simple, but I'm going to try. It's going to be simple for me. Just getting all this stuff through the strainer. There's quite a lot of it. And it is hot here on Maui today. It's real muggy, so usually I'd have, you know, full sleeves and an apron and everything else on, and I'm definitely cheating a little bit today. I have on 3/4 length and no apron and an old shirt because, man, is it muggy. So that's what I've noticed. Definitely have to pay attention when you're having high humidity days like this to your soap, and when you're using lots of natural sugars too, like in this mango, you know, I tend to find my soap can get so hot, no matter how cool I start off, that it just gets that crack on top. So I'm gonna be careful. I've got my ghetto stick blender going on. I know I have my new one, but I'm telling you, I'm still trying to master it. So good old ghetto stick blender. Give this a little blend. Stop right there. I'm going to add in, make sure that doesn't tip over. I'm going to go ahead and add in all this mango, which I had already weighed out. I don't know why. I just decided to add it straight to this instead of to my lye water. And I usually do it the other way. Give that a mix. Wow, I mean, I can really smell the fresh mango too, and the color is super pretty. I am tempted to leave it alone and just pour a pretty bar, just this color, but of course it's me, so I'm not going to. And let me pause you guys for a second while I get this poured out, while I get my fragrance oil poured out and just kind of get everything ready. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Everything's mixed up. This color is really pretty. It's already getting nice and hot. I've got 3 containers, and I've got some of that orange salsa mica that's from Crafter's Choice. And I'm just going to do a little ombre. I don't have any in the last container yet. I'm just going to see how it looks when I mix it up. So let me set this over here. And I've already got the fragrance oil already all measured out. And it just smells really good and fruity. And you know, I I was going to order a different fragrance for this. I've just been really into, and I don't know if I hate the name of this fragrance oil or love it because it's like genius, but monkey farts. Like, what is with the name? I don't know if it's like the most amazing thing ever or like the most goofy thing ever, but it just smells so good, and it's got that combo of all that tropical fruit that I'm kind of going for. So that's what I'm using. I'm just trying to get 3 equal parts. I'm just kind of eyeballing it this time. I usually will go like completely all out and weigh it out and do the whole thing, but I'm just kind of eyeballing it this time. I'll try to even it up if it's really, really off. Of course, let's move this to the side. That might help. Get that bad boy out of my way. Get these a little closer. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking and I can see that's pretty close. Usually I'll even like mark. These containers are getting so old. Well, they're just so well used. I can't say they're old. They're just so well used that they're starting to, the little demarcation lines are starting to go. So I'm just taking a guess, but that looks pretty darn spot on. Get the last little bit out of here. Then I'm going to go ahead and mix up the colors. And it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just kind of going from darkest to lightest. And I just love some color in there. I'm already going to exercise amazing control over myself this time. And I'm not going to glitter it within an inch of its life. I'm going to actually do, I know, everyone brace yourselves. This is going to have no glitter in it whatsoever. I want to say that and just cry a little bit, but it's going to happen. Okay, so this one, this is just the, you know, original kind of color. I'm not going to do the fragrance yet. I just want to get this nice and blended first. Kind of see how it looks. I'm going to hit it with the stick blender too to make sure it gets really good. This is already so pretty. Wow, I don't know if everybody can see. Let me try to go like that. That really pretty orange. And then this will be the darkest layer. I'm just trying to do a lot of hand stirring before I give it a quick zap and then get everything poured. That looks about even. It's just a little darker, but I'm definitely gonna, oops, give it a little mix. Yeah, look at that, all that sticking to the side. Let me give it a little mix and make a mess and fling some stuff around. Okay, as one does. All right, well this I'm not gonna mess with. It doesn't need any mixing. I might add the tiniest touch to that one of orange because it looks kind of odd now with absolutely no orange in it. But I kind of want to see what it's going to look like with just its natural color. I do think it's going to go a little brown, so I'm just going to add maybe just the barest touch to this one. Just a little bit, just to add to it and see. All right. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. So I'm going to pour each layer, and then I'm going to make sure, I'm going to do the lightest last. I'm going to do a little texturing, so I'm actually going to add the fragrance oil as I go. Not all at once, because even though this has behaved really well, I feel like just for saying that, the fragrance gods will smite me and make the entire thing get all nice and seized up, and I'll get soap on a stick or something. So I'm just going to pour a little bit at a time, and then I'm going to texture each layer and then pour the next layer. So it's going to be pretty quick and easy, I hope. Here goes the fragrance. I have the whole thing measured out in here, but I'm just going to pour a little bit in each one, or an equal portion in each one, and just stir it by hand. So it really does not get too accelerated. Boy, that is just so pretty. I'm going to bring the mold over. can see that. Oh, and it just smells so good. Yeah, boy. Oddly named, but super amazing fragrance. Okay, I'm gonna pour this first one in, and it's gonna get pretty tall because it's gonna be, you know, the 3 layers. So it's gonna be a little tall over the top, so I'm definitely gonna have to be a little patient with the last layer. I'm gonna maybe mound it up a little bit or play with it a little bit. But you get this in here, and I did have my mold all set in there. All right, here goes layer 1. So pretty, so pretty. All right, and I'm not actually going to scrape it out. I'm going to leave, just giving it a tap, but I'm going to leave a little bit in each container, and I don't know if I'm going to play with the top a little or add a little something then on the top, but I'm going to just leave a little bit in each container, and you know, worst comes to worst, it'll just make a nice little side soap. So okay, this has to sit and set up a little bit, so I'm going to stop talking, amazingly enough, let this set up, bring everybody back, or just show each layer being poured, but not have you guys have to hang out through watching this literally set up. It's be like, wow, we're watching paint dry. That's so awesome. So I will bring everybody back when I pour the next layer, or I will just speed through one way or the other. Okay, be back. Okay, so I'm bringing you guys back, and I'm just texturing kind of randomly. This is one of my favorite parts. I'm just, let me move it over a little bit. I'm just sort of messing with it with the spoon. I just want to add a little bit of texture to it. It's setting up fairly quickly. It doesn't have to be perfect. I have to try to let go of that one, but I'm just adding like a little bit of texture, so when the second layer goes on, it's just a little interesting. Just a little bit of interesting texture in there with the spoon. I have this spoon that I love and stole from some yogurt shop, so I don't even know at this point where it came from. I don't remember. I plead the fifth. But I don't know why. I just like this spoon. So I'm just adding a little bit of really, really random texture to it. I'm really not trying to make every single one, even every single one, perfect. I'm just getting it a little bit zhuzhed up, I guess, and just having some fun. Let me lift you and just lift this and show you guys. I don't know if you can see it. Just some cool spoon texture. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this layer. Let me move this off to the side just a little bit. I'm going to add my fragrance. This is already, you know, setting up pretty well. I'm going to leave a little bit of it in there just to have, I don't know, like I did with this one. I don't know if I'm going to play with the top or just, you know, throw it in this mold after and have a little fun extra one, but about equal parts in each one. It's not making it accelerate, which is great, but it's definitely setting up. And then I'm going to pour this layer over, wait for it to set up, and then I'll do that last layer. Again, the camera always kind of fails to pick up just the colors are so, they're so nice. And there I can see a couple little, you know, specks and bits in here, and I wonder if that's from the mango, because the same thing happens when I use my fresh bananas. And everything's just going off right now, it seems like. I'm getting ready for summer to come. So I'm gonna scooch this back over. I'm gonna really gently pour this over, let it set up. Same thing, I'm gonna actually use my spatula to break the fall a little bit. Even though it's set up fairly well, I don't want to mess with that spoon texture underneath too much by just plopping it on there. So I'm just gonna do this to break the pour. All right, get most of it out. I'm gonna leave some. Just want to get most of it poured. And then that last layer is going to be something, because I'm already looking going, oh, okay, it's going to be way up there. I don't think I'm going to have even layers, and this is usually why I, just because I'm super extra, this is usually why I will like weigh everything out, and I'm just like over the top with it. But that looks pretty good. That looks pretty even as far as leftovers go from one to the next. So let's leave that be, come back and texture that. And then after that, let's put the final layer on. And again, probably just a little bit of spoon texture on the top, and I'll leave it be. But this fragrance oil is just fantastic. Yeah, it's still way not ready. So again, my favorite thing to say, apparently, I will bring everybody back for the next layer. Okay, same deal. This is the second layer, all textured. And I'm going to go ahead and just really gently pour this top layer, which is all mixed up. I've already added in the fragrance oil. Let me just show you guys that. It's just so pretty, and it smells so good. Oh, look, there's, every once in a while I get this little random piece of just some fresh mango parts and pieces, and I got my little favorite spoon. Okay, so I'm going to pour this over a little slower, just because, as I drip everywhere, just because this is going to go right to the tippy top and possibly beyond. So I'm going to just take it easy. Nothing too crazy. It's just like a little bit of texture. I don't know if I'm blocking that. Let me see if I can switch hands so you guys can at least see a little bit of the pour. I just like to pour over my spatula, and it just kind of breaks the fall, so it doesn't hopefully disturb the texture underneath. It's going to be really subtle texture though. I just wasn't going for any kind of straight line or anything this time. Just letting that get slowly poured on. Okay, all the way to the tippy top. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the other ones. I'm going to slow down on this for a second, but I'm going to leave, you know, just a little bit in there. Not this much. I'm going to slowly add, but I'm going to leave a little bit and either mess with it or, you know, put it into another little sample size soap. So I will bring you guys back, show you one last shot of the top. Again, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take my little stolen Love spoon here and just kind of texture the top when it's set up, and that's it. I'm going to give it a spritz with rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to let it sit for about 24 hours before I cut it. I am playing with my recipe a little bit, so I do think I might let this one sit a little bit longer to pop out of the mold. So I will see you guys for the cutting. I'll either place that on the end, or I'll do a little separate, really short cutting video. I still crack myself up every time I say that, like I have any clue about how technology works at this point, but that's okay. I am learning, and everyone's going along with me while I'm learning, and we'll see how this super yummy, deliciously colored, smelling, wonderful mango soap comes out. And it was a really fun way to use something not only just, you know, locally sourced, but right from my own yard. That was really fantastic and exciting for me, and I hope to do more of it. So until next time, everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see everybody when it's time to cut. All right, bye. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm going to cut this mango soap. So my daughter is here wearing
Hello.
their absolute right color shirt. So you can see there's, I kind of ombra'd it because I just could not. I just had to do something. So I'm going to have her do the first cut and just cut into it. I'm going to take a little sliver off just the top here. This little sucker always wants to do that. I'm just going to take a little bit off. It's still really soft. Wow, it's still super pretty. I'm gonna have her, my lovely assistant, will come and lift that up. Go ahead and lift this up for the camera. This part is wet.
Let me not ruin this.
It's okay. Turn it that way so they can see the side.
There we go.
of the ombre. Ooh, and the front by your right hand. Put it up there.
There we go.
Ooh la la. And I'm going to have her do the first cut. Here she goes.
I am new to this, if you cannot tell.
She's going to line it up and do the first cut of the ombre soap.
Here we go.
Being a weirdo. Yes, this soap is being a weirdo. Here it goes. Da da da. First soap cut. Yay! Okay. Lift that out and
Ta-da!
can you get it in there? Yes. And honestly, as always, no, go ahead. Keep going, assistant. Sorry, first, I'm sniffling because allergies are an actual thing. And second, the camera does not at all do this justice. It's really pretty. It's different ombre colors.
It's kind of my top color, which also doesn't look quite right on camera.
Yes, she's actually wearing a similar color. So I'm going to cut the rest
of course.
Have this wavy wavies, and these will be posted in on my Instagram and eventually be in my shop. And I hope everyone has a wonderful Saturday. Here, those are my dogs barking, being little like maniacs in the background. I'm trying to turn the light because you can see, guys, full pro, super pro. Okay, so one more cut, and when you see it posted, that's going to be much better picture and representation of this soap, which was a lot of fun to make using the fruit from my tree. So there it is. It's getting all nice and
ooh, that's a nice one.
yeah, getting all nice and focused in there. But yes, it's definitely bright. It's not as dark as it's coming across on camera. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I'm going to stop playing with the light now and go about my life. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Aloha.